this is Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about crafty things I do. Mainly right now it's cross stitch and floss tube because that's the thing I can usually get done. If this is your first time catching me, you can find me here on YouTube, Instagram, and also Patreon. My handle is Little Paper Bear Co. And that's where you can find my channel. If you want to keep up with my stitching and crafty updates, you can follow me, like, and subscribe. That would be wonderful. I have had so many wonderful commenters and followers reach out to me, and this community, specifically in FLOSSTUBE, is so kind and generous. I'm like blown away every time someone comments on my videos. Someone even told me that I had like a pleasant voice to listen to, which if you're someone that listens to yourself and usually hates their voice, that's how I am. But I told my husband that, and he's like, oh, well, tell them to have you give them a chore list, and they won't like it as much. So that was funny. But anyways, thank you so much if you've left me a comment or a like or just anything. I really appreciate it. Today's going to be a bit all over. I actually haven't done that much stitching, unfortunately. So quick life update. Since my last video, the first week of April, my son started a new school. He has been at home with me for almost a full year as we moved and had a baby and did all the crazy things. So he did start school last week. Last week? Is that last week? Oh goodness, the time. I don't know. And he didn't go a full week because he just wasn't feeling well. And then he also missed a few days this week. So he's probably had, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 days of school since then, and it's been a little rough. He likes it when he gets there and he has fun, but if you're a parent, you know those drop-offs are sometimes rough, and the night before wanting to go to school has been really rough, and he's just been very emotional. When I picked him up the other day, he just burst into tears and said, "Mommy, I missed you," which makes you feel good as a parent, but also you want them, just for your own sanity, to be able to go to school and not be sad and things like that, because they have to do it. Luckily, his teacher kind of just snatches him up, and she's like, "Come on, let's go. Come on, get to your spot. Be a big boy." And I'm like, and then I run away. So hopefully in the next few weeks he'll adjust, but also so he's only 4, so it's like daycare preschool. This is associated with a school district, so they don't go in the summer, so he'll have a few weeks more and then it'll be summer again. So I just wanted to get him started though, so he could get acclimated a little bit. So anyway, so that's been really busy. And then of course he went to school, and then what happens, we all get sick, so the germs have come. So it's just been a little bit of us not feeling well and all this stuff. But in positive news, what's going on? Let's see. I'm going to talk today about my Nash Stash starts and that experience. If you don't know what that is, that's the Nash Stash Start-a-thon that was put on by Lindy Stitches at the end of March. And that was so much fun. I did order a new sewing machine. I talked to my husband about it, and we decided for Mother's Day I could get a new sewing machine. So it's not here yet. I might talk about it when I get it. I don't know. I'm still pretty a novice sewer, but I did want to upgrade from my basic Singer, and I wanted to just have something that I felt would be a good investment and that I could learn on. So I did order a Bernina. If you're curious as to which one, I'll let you know. But I ordered it from a local-ish quilt shop to me. It's about an hour and a half away from me. So when it comes in, I'll pick it up. But I did get like the best price I could get, as far as like I got the price that Bernina was selling it online for, which was the cheapest price that I could find out there. I did also finance it, so just FYI. But that's really exciting. So I'm excited to have some more functions because I really want to get more into sewing my cross stitch pieces and bags and quilts and things like that. So that's very, very exciting for me. Hopefully that'll come in next week. Let's see, what else? I did also want to just talk about some other fun little things. But first, let's talk stitching. So I'm going to be a little bit I don't know, here and there and everywhere today, because I feel like that's how my stitching was, because I did what I could when I could do it, and that was it. So first things first, I do have some FFOs, so fully finished objects. So the first FFO I have, if you've watched my previous videos, I did stitch A Mother Is by Primrose Cottage, and I did change some of the colors. This is stitched on 25 count potato. It's mostly called for colors, but I did pop in a blue. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's Mint Julep from Classic Colorworks. And I switched around some of them and excluded some of the white stitching. This is stitched for my mom as a Mother's Day gift. I started this last year when she was diagnosed with cancer, which she is back home now and getting back into her regular routine. It's been a long time, so she's doing fairly well. So I can finally give this to her. And I struggled with how to finish this because she doesn't decorate. She just doesn't. Maybe when we were kids and things she did, but that's not her lifestyle. Like, she doesn't have decorations around or anything like that. So at first I was looking for like a basket I could put it on and then like put Mother's Day gifts in it. And I just couldn't find anything I liked that would work. So I found this hinged little box from Hobby Lobby, and it was really, I mean, it was really inexpensive. It's in the unfinished wood. It was on sale that week. And so I just painted it blue, and I don't know if you can tell, I took like pattern paper, like scrapbook paper, and I Mod Podged underneath the piece and around the edges a little bit, and then I have some rickrack. So it's, I don't know, it's fine. I don't love it, but I like it. I think she'll like it. And my thought behind this was that she could put pictures of her grandkids in it, or knickknacks, or, you know, whatever she wants. She could have it at work and have a little thing for it, and keep stuff in it, have maybe her office supplies in it, whatever she wants. So that is my first FFO. So I'm happy that I will hopefully get to gift it to her on Mother's Day. She and my dad are going to try and come down and visit me and my kids, because it's actually my daughter's birthday that day, and my husband will be out of town. So I would have been home alone on Mother's Day and her birthday by myself. So they're going to try and visit as long as we're all healthy by then and she's feeling up to it as well, because that's, you know, a little ways to travel for them. My next FFO, it's a half FFO. It's not fully finished, but it is finished partially. And this is Howdy Do. And this was the freebie from the Nash Stash Startathon by Lindy Stitches. So it's a little lady goose with her hat, and it says howdy do, and that's just, you know, giving someone a howdy do is something kind you can do. And in fact, today someone at the post office saw me like struggling with the 2 kids and was like, "You're doing a great job." And I was like, thank you. It was so nice. So just being kind. I stitched this on one of my hand-dyed pieces of linen. If you didn't see that video, it's the last video I had up. This was just a scrap of linen I had that I over dyed, and I thought, let's stitch that fun goose on it. So I just grabbed stash colors, just some blue for her bow, brown for her hat. I did make those like long X's on her hat of the brim just to make it look a little more decorative. I think it's charted. It was charted with like a little flower or something, and I didn't want to do that. So it's in a little circle. I think I'm going to make it an ornament unless I can find a little circle piece. I was looking in my stash for like a wood piece, like a little cutting board or something like that, and I haven't found one yet. So if I can't find a wooden piece to attach it to, I'm gonna make it into just a 2-sided ornament. So almost there. I'm just struggling finding what I want. I just heard a dog scratch at my door. No, Malcolm. They know where I am. I think they hear me talking, so they're like, Mom, are you there? Okay, my last FFO was actually a start and finish, but it's a kind of unique one. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this. This is a chart that I made. I don't know, I got a wild hair last weekend, and I don't know if I was feeling like frustrated or just creative. I'm not sure, but it says, don't let ants ruin your picnic. And so all the little X's are supposed to be little ants. I have a big ant, sunshine, some like checkerboard, supposed to look like gingham picnic, a watermelon, picnic basket, strawberry. And I just wanted to make a chart to put in my craft room, to remind myself to not let little things ruin my day or ruin an experience. Now, ants can pile up just like little things can, and then you can get overwhelmed. But if something little and insignificant happens and you let it ruin your whole outlook, I feel like you miss out on a lot of things. So I just wanted to make myself like something to remind myself of that as I'm looking in my craft room and doing things. It'll sit on my little shelf. I did do some rearranging, so I have some more room to put stuff in here. So, oh, I guess I should tell you a little bit. I don't know if anybody cares, but I did stitch it on a 25 count vintage country mocha Lugana, and I just pulled really bright, fun colors from my stash that I can tell you if anybody is interested. And then I backed it with like a gingham blue check, and I have it on, I didn't finish the back. This is a Tim Holtz Ideology like wood vignette box. If you're from the paper crafting world, you'll know who Tim Holtz is, or if you even fabric, he does fabric as well, but they're just little boxes you can get. So I painted it white and stuck it on there. So I'm really proud that I charted this, and guys, it's hard. If you've ever made your own pattern, that went through several iterations, and then I stitched it, and then I stitched my own pattern wrong. So I unpicked basically the whole top. And you know, things you put down on paper don't always translate once you stitch them. So like going back and forth and figuring out what really looks, you know, good. And you know, I'm not saying this looks like professional, but I'm dang proud of myself that I made that. So I'm tooting my own horn a little bit. Toot toot. So very, very fun and cute. The other fun thing I did this past week, and I keep touching my mic. I do have a microphone on. It came with my camera, so I thought I should probably use it, because why not? So if I touch it and it sounds funny, I apologize. I keep forgetting that it's there. I've been feeling really nostalgic lately, and I was inspired by, I think it's Homemade. Her channel is Homemade on the Ridge. I will tag her, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head, so I'm so sorry. But she, in her recent video, FLOSSTUBE, or recent-ish, I'm not sure if she's had one after that, talked about like getting these like Nickelodeon Rugrats and Hey Arnold pins off eBay, which that's totally my vibe. Like that's the 90s shows I watched when I was a kid, and she's making her own needle minders and things out of them. So going down that nostalgic route, I ordered a few pins one of them hasn't come yet. One of them is from the show As Told by Ginger. So if there's any As Told by Ginger fans out there, let me know, because it was my jam. I still watch it. I still watch Hey Arnold too, so I'm all there. But then I also ordered a Polly Pocket one because I loved Polly Pocket. And then I went a step further and I found this vintage Polly Pocket. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but it's a Polly Pocket pencil case. So it's pretty substantial. I don't know how big it is. Let's see. It's about 9 inches long. And let me see if I can show this the best way. So you can see it has the little house, little sofa, kitchen. It's like their whole little house. And let me see if I can, here, let me do it. I'll move the camera. Let me flip my camera around. You can see out my window. So basically it's a pencil case, and it did come with the little Polly Pockets. It came with a lot of them that they still eat. I don't know if these are original to this piece or if they just had these, but it came with that, and it came with a Polly Pocket, I hope it's gonna focus, pencil holder. But what I had bought, I bought a Polly Pocket, focus, Polly Pocket pen. So I turned that into a little needle minder. And then because it's a pencil case, it holds quite a bit. So I just made it a little fun, nostalgic needle case. So I've got needles and clips and some scissors and that neat pin from the Silver Needle in there, ruler. But I just thought this was fun. And not to say that I don't want like a Winterbury leather needle case, because I do. But this just brought me joy and made me happy. And, you know, I think that's what life should be about. So I have my little Polly Pocket needle case and needle minder. And then I also, inspired again by her video, I had all of these buttons that I got years ago from like probably Joann's, let's be honest, or Michael's. All these Disney buttons, and I don't know the brand name off the top of my head, but if you go down the button aisle, I'm pretty sure these are all still available, or most of them. But they're these little, like, I think they're like plastic. Focus, not on me. There we go. So like Maleficent, and they have, the backs had little things to attach to that I clipped off, and I'm just gonna Dremel down. I have a Dremel. The reason I did this though is I'm going to try to make needle minders out of those as well. This is my favorite. This is Gus Gus from Cinderella. I have several of him. I have, and I don't need to show you all of them, but like Pumbaa. I have Alice and a Mad Hatter hat. So I'm going to make needle minders for my She Mad Hatter Dreams to put on there. I'll be honest, I don't really use needle minders, because I use the little magnetic cloth buddies that hold my cloth. But, you know, if they're this cute, I'm gonna use them. I have the little seagulls from Finding Nemo, so I thought these could go on my Lola Crow Extraordinary Bird Sow. Ursula, I thought she could go on Deadly Aquarium. And if you see me looking over, I'm just seeing if it's focusing. Oh yeah, and also the Cheshire Cat. So I had these for years. I was struggling, like, what do I do with these? So I was like, needle minders. I also got thumbtacks because my husband brought me some corkboard stick-on tiles to put on my doors to hang stuff. The stuff they came to hang them with completely fall off the doors, which is why they're not on there. So I have to get some stronger adhesive, stronger like command strips. But I thought I would put some of them on thumbtacks and have cute thumbtacks as well. So that was just fun stuff. Okay, let's talk. Let me just tell you real quick things I worked on as far as what you've already seen in previous videos. So right now I am sort of participating in the Downton Abbey virtual retreat put on by Black Needle Society. And what I mean by sort of participating is I'm kind of jumping in when I can. But also my like social battery and just, I wasn't feeling that great. So I haven't been joining as much as I'd like. It is a very different kind of retreat. I've never been to a retreat. I've definitely never been to one of theirs, but it is like game based and competition based. So it's been fun. I did jump on the first night, which was I think Wednesday night, and do a couple of the little challenges and things. There was a Downton Abbey themed piece that was released for the retreat, but I did not start it yet. If you want to know what that is, I can show it. I'm sure other people will be showing it as well, but I haven't started it yet because I just didn't have the bandwidth with all the other things I've started. But so that's been a little bit fun. It is still going on right now. It's going on now until I think Sunday. So I'm going to try and pop in hopefully a little bit tomorrow and maybe Sunday. But it is a different style of retreat. It's less for me, as I feel like it's not super relaxing because it's like, okay, you have to like get this many stitches in an hour, and people there have been doing these together, so everybody kind of knows each other. So it was just kind of a different experience, which I enjoyed it. I definitely did. But yesterday I've just been exhausted. So with sick kids and just, I don't know, I just was not feeling well or feeling it. So, and I didn't want to go in there and be a Debbie Downer because that's not fun. So anyways, so during that though, where I was trying to go with this story is during that first night, you have these challenges where you pick a project to work on that follows a certain prompt, like pick a pattern that has a sea creature on it, and you're trying to get as many stitches within an hour. So on those 2 nights, I did work on, or on that night, I worked on my Deadly Aquarium and I worked on my Fisher King Long Dog Sampler. I'm not going to show them just because it was literally border or like a row of brown stitches. So nothing interesting. So I did want to point out, I did work a little tiny bit on those, but I'm not going to show them because there's not a discernible difference. What I will show as a new start, and I did not get things out of hoops right now, so I apologize, or iron, because I just didn't have the bandwidth, but you'll see the real deal of like how I work on things. I did start, this is the frame of Lola Crow's newest stitch along, which is Extraordinary Birds. So I've started from the bottom. So I will insert a picture of what the frame will look like. But this is kind of the outer left and bottom. Once you get up to the top, in this release, she did include a few birds, including an owl. So we have about 6 weeks to complete the frame before the next drop happens. I am going to try to work really hard to get the frame done in that time, which means Deadly Aquarium will probably take a back seat. I'm kind of annoyed with it anyways. There's no reason. I'm just tired of all the colors and all the switching. So I do plan on obviously keep working on that, but I would rather work on Extraordinary Birds. So I am working on that. I am using the called for fabric, which was Bestitch Me Sandbar. And I think I chose a Lugana. Let me look at it. Yeah, it's a Lugana, and I'm using all the called for DMC. So if you are interested in that, I will post the picture of the frame, but check it out. It's obviously not too late to start, or never really is, but lots of fun. So I have that. And then for the Nash Stash Start-a-thon, I did start technically 3 things if you include my little howdy do goose, but the 2 main things I talked about starting these before that happened, and I did do that. Let me just talk about Nash Stash. So all the Lindy Stitches events are wonderful. I've been to the Jingle Ball now, and now the Nash Stash, and I'm going to go to Spring Mingle, which is coming up. I have a little card right here actually. May 2nd through the 4th. And they're doing an exclusive class with Kathy Haberman of Hands-On Design for that one. But it is so much fun. And I will tell you, during this Nash Stash, I jumped on some of the chat rooms, stitching rooms, and was almost a little FlosStube starstruck because I stitched and chatted along with all the people I watch. Like one I'll mention specifically is Megan, the Seattle Stitcher. She recently gave me a shout out in her FlosStube, which was so sweet, and she was so wonderful. We just stitched and we talked about our kids because we're both moms. So, that was wonderful. I just stitched with all the people I watch for the most part. Like, it was just amazing. I was like, oh, I love all these people, and everyone was so nice. And then I met wonderful new people as well. So it's just a lot of fun, and you never know. I was stitching in a room with like Nicole Spohr and Lori Craig and some other people, and it turns out one of the ladies in there like lived where I used to live, worked where my husband works. Like, it was all these like small town connections. Like, it was just funny. So it was just really enjoyable, and I would highly encourage you to check out one of her events. It's only $10, and for $10 you get access to those stitchy rooms, and they'll have like extra things, like things you can buy and whatnot. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm so glad I did Jingle Ball, and then now like Nash Stash was even more fun. Okay, so I realize I don't know what I'm stitching things on. And I don't know where I put my book. Okay, well, I'm going to show you anyways. Okay, so the first thing I started, and again, I did not iron, so I apologize, but I started Tomato Hill by Plum Street Samplers. And why Why does it look like that? In the camera, it looks like there's like a big line right there. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. I was like, what's going on? In the chart, it's kind of ghosting on camera, but there is a vine that goes through that bottom grass. And I thought that was a mistake, but no, it's how it's charted. So it's better to see on the picture. And I can see it in real life, but I was like, what is that? What did I do? Okay, I'm stitching Tomato Hill on 32 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And I did change the colors. I just chose similar colors from my stash. So once it's done, or now if you'd like, I can let you know what they are. This was a lot of fun. I didn't want to put it down, but I did want to start my other chart. This little cat, oh my gosh, had 1/1 stitching, which I'd never done. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about 1/1 stitching. But it's been a lot of fun, so I'm really excited. And it's small. I just need to go back to it. And I'm really excited to start the house. I'm going to stitch the house in NPI silks, or silk, one silk. I have white NPI silk. So as my first time using that, I wanted to stitch this house to see if I liked it. So lots of exciting things. So again, I picked my own colors, but I'm doing the Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. So that's really fun. And then here I can actually show my colors too. I forgot because I obviously picked them. They're my fancy flosses. So they're on a floss ring. So they're similar to the called for colors, but they're not quite. And I think I have some extras in there just as options as I'm stitching along. So I haven't 100% locked those colors into place yet. Okay, the other one I started was Hazel's Blackberry Burrow by Blue Ridge Design. So stinking cute. I love critters. I love cozy critters. I love critters that live in teapots. It's just like everything I wanted as a little girl. I love it. And I did want to show these two. I got these little floss beds. What is her name? Oh, I feel terrible now. I put it in my Instagram. I'll link them below. I got them on Etsy. I got 3 of them. I got this cute dog one. Oh, right here. Pop-up stitcher. Oh, I couldn't remember. Pop-up stitcher. Hey, it's smart that she puts her thing on there. The great thing though is it has a little zipper. So if you want to put needles or something in there, and in the inside it's just like white felt, but it does have a little closure. I got this one, a Harry Potter one, and I don't remember. I got 3 of them, but they were cute and they were pretty affordable, I thought. And I wanted to make these, and then I was like, I'll just support her, which is sometimes what I do. Okay, Hazel's Blackberry Burrow. Again, it's not iron, so I do apologize. But I just had to either film or not film. So this is my start on that. I always start, unless I absolutely have to start somewhere else, I start left corner. And I'm using all the called for over dyes, which is primarily Weeks Dye Works, and they're so pretty. So this is the door of the house. This is like a vine in the house. I feel like my colors are like darker than normal. It is late at night because this is when, or not late, but it's like 7 p.m. here. So I'm sorry if the lighting is not the best today. But that's a little better. It's a really pretty yellow, gold color. It's gonna be so cute. And this was on 32 count Sandbar, I think, by Bestitch Me. I'll pop it up on the screen if that's incorrect, but I think that's what I'm stitching it on. So those are my Nash Stash starts. The only other thing I worked on that actually has some progress is if you followed me or saw it on Instagram, I have been struggling with my Blue Flower and Praise of Pollinators because it's just a tight fabric. It's Stormy Night Lagana. I can't remember if I'm stitching on, I think I'm stitching on 28. if I'm not, it's 32, and it's just super tight. So I'm feeling like dragging the 2 threads of floss through. So I did get some thread gloss from, I got several, but the one I tried was Ponderosa. No, it must be at my stitchy spot, but it's Ponderosa thread gloss, I think. I'll link everything below. Anyways, I tried that, and it is helping. So not that I ever hated the project, but I am now remotivated to stitch on it, which is good. So I did get a tiny bit done. So this is what it will look like. And again, I'm stitching it on Stormy Night Lugana. So I did, because I was kind of annoyed, and yes, this is how I work with my all my extra fabric. Don't come at me if that's against if you're in agony over it. So I had been over here in the butterfly and flower area, and I decided for a fresh start and like a more positive attitude about it, I would just switch sides for a little bit. So I switched over to this side over here. So that is the start of that floral. And again, my colors, they're getting real dark, but this is a really dark green and some red. So just a little bit. So I did that. So, but I'm remotivated now because I feel better about it. So if that ever happens to you, try the thread conditioner or thread gloss. Ponderosa thread gloss comes in a little tin. It's on my Instagram, and I'll link it below. And it is really easy to use. They have different scents. I don't remember which scent I got. Homestead maybe. And it had like, I think the description was like tomato vines, or I don't know. I don't love the scent, but I like it well enough, and well, I don't know why it needs to be scented. It doesn't. They have unscented as well. But anyways, I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I know that I feel like I've got some remotivation because it's a little bit easier to stitch on now. So very exciting about that. Oh, let me show you this real quick. This is what I'm keeping my Nash Stash starts in. This is I don't remember what it's called, but it's a big folder with individual zipper pouch pages, and it's Tula Pink Roar fabric. And this is, again, I have lots of her pieces by Rock Baby Scissors on Etsy. So I like it and then it zips completely up. So it has individual zipper pages. So I have my patterns and charts, floss and fabric in those for my stash starts. And then the whole side zips up. So it's kind of like a trapper keeper. So anyway, super cute. I think like everyone else, I fell in love with this fabric when it came out. Okay. What else was I gonna talk about? That was mostly it. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about. I got a while ago, it's almost been 2 months now, I made a huge order with Cottage Garden Threads, which they are based in Australia. So knowing it was going to take a while, I literally just ordered, and I ordered a lot, I'll be honest, because it was coming from Australia. I wanted to order a substantial amount. You can buy those threads at retailers and shops in the US as well, but I wanted the most amount of options that I could get, so I wanted to order directly from them. I did also order some from Top Knot Stitcher, so I won't show those today. I specifically want to focus on the ones I got from Cottage Garden Threads in Australia. So I knew it would take a while to get here. It probably took about 6 weeks. And they are doing some sort of like inventory restock. Something's going on there that they are kind of a little bit crazy, which is fine. I wasn't worried about it. I didn't have a plan for any of them other than I wanted all these beautiful rainbow kind of colors. After stitching it's way back there, you can't really see it. After stitching my Spring Quaker, I really wanted more rainbow, variegated, colorful threads, and I really wanted to try these. So I ordered a lot and it took about 6 weeks for them to arrive and, go through customs and do all the things. And so I don't know, last week or so they arrived. So this is my big box. my big box of threads. And here, I'll flip the camera and just give you a quick little look through. These are pricey. They are hand dyed, but they are 10 meters pre-cut. You do use them a little bit differently. It explains how to use them on the back of a card, or you can scan a QR code, but they're so pretty. So pretty. Like I said, I got a lot. Rainbow. Love it. I really like these ones right here. Tulip. Larkspur. You can see my Diet Mountain Dew and my notes over there. Don't come at me for my Diet Mountain Dew. And my notes are silly. I'm trying to remember what to do. I did get some duplicates of things too, so I could have enough to do like a whole project. Sprinkles. This is pretty. Gerbera. The ones I got from Top Knot, I did get like a little Stitchers palette, and then I got some other loose ones. If you guys want to see those, let me know and I can show them. But they're just as pretty as these. Butterfly. This one's cool too. Ugh. Yule, so like kind of Christmassy colors. Okay, I'm showing this for a reason. So, and you get a free one, I think, for every 10 that you purchase. So I got a whole box. I ordered this, okay? Let me flip the camera back. So I ordered that the other day, story time. I was waiting for something else. I ordered a needle roll, or a, what do you call it? A project roll, like a quilted project roll to roll your projects in. I ordered it from Ukraine, from a maker there. And so I was waiting on that to come. It did. It's pretty, so I'm happy to have that to keep my stuff nice. But I was like waiting for stuff. And then all of a sudden, I hadn't been home when the mail came home. And I said, you know, hey, where's my packages? And my husband said, this is what you got. And there was a little small box. And I was like, what is that? So I opened it. It was another whole box. Another entire box. The whole thing. And so I was really confused. I opened it. And there was one thread in there that had a note that was like, thank you for your patience. Here's a free thread on us. And I was like, okay, well, that's nice of them. But they essentially duplicated my entire order, plus one, a free thread for my patience, and sent it to me. So I knew that had to be a mistake. Like, let's be honest. No one's sending me that many threads for free. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm here in the US. I ordered threads. I got them. You guys sent them to me twice. What would you like me to do? Because honestly, if they said, hey, that was our bad, can you send them back? As long as they paid the shipping, I would absolutely send them back. So that's why I was waiting to film this video too. It's because I was waiting on a response from them. So they got a response yesterday, last night maybe, that said, yep, our mistake. We are doing this big inventory restock, I don't know, moving thing or something. So, you know, keep those. Enjoy your stitching, which I kind of expected them to say, because are they going to pay for me to send them back to Australia? Usually not, but I totally would have. And so I responded and said, hey, thank you so much. That's so kind. Your customer service is great, because it had been. And I said, I will share them with my stitchy friends. So, good news for you guys if you catch this video. I am going to give some of these away. So, for today's video, I'm going to do my first giveaway. Yay! I'm going to send 2 strands, or 2, I'll just pick from the box, like 2 different ones. So, like, I don't know, like, I'll just pick random ones. 2 sets. So that's 10 meters each of 2 different colors. I'll make sure you get 2 different ones. I'm going to send 2 skeins. That's the word I was trying to find. I'm going to send 2 skeins to 3 different people for this giveaway. So if you want to be entered to win one of my little sets, please leave me a comment, and in your comment somewhere use the word, let's see, garden. and I will use the random comment generator to pick 3 winners. I'm gonna say, what's today's date? I don't even know where my phone is. Let me find a calendar. Hold, please. Okay, I had to go track down my phone. I didn't even have it in this room. Oh, I also forgot I'm having groceries delivered. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so today is Friday, April 11th. I am gonna say, please enter by Monday, April 21st. That's the Monday after Easter here. So Monday, April 21st. If you want to be entered to win one of the little skein packs, please use the comment garden in your comment. And I don't care. You can just tell me a story or whatever you want to say. Just make sure you use the word garden or just add garden at the end, but make sure you spell it out. Please don't use the word giveaway. Please make sure you are over the age of 18 because I do have to ask for your address. And for this go round, I will say please be in the United States. So if you want to enter that, please do so by April 21st. And then if I don't hear back or if I don't get enough comments or whatnot, I'll put it in for a next drawing. And then once I announce the winners, I will then give you a timeline of when to, a deadline of when to respond to me to get those. So we'll say the 21st and then we'll go from there. So hopefully that all makes sense. If you have questions, let me know. All my information can be found below. But that was really exciting. Just because I can share it with you. And I do have some other giveaways planned in the future and some more thread, obviously, that I will send out in future videos. So it was a little all over the place just because I haven't been stitching too much and haven't been too focused. I'm hoping, there goes my dog. I didn't close my door. One of my dogs. I am hoping that my son's schooling kind of calms down and he gets a little more acclimated. I've been home with my daughter, my almost 1-year-old daughter, and I thought I would have more time, but she's like, heck yes, only child, let's rock and roll. Like, she's crazy. She's been so happy and crazy. And guys, she naps now. She wasn't napping before, and the whole time it was because her brother was home and too loud. She takes naps. It's great, which means I've been taking a lot of naps. But they're needed. So I'm hoping that I can do some stuff during that time now, but we're in an adjustment period for sure. So anyways, if you've made it this far, please enter the giveaway. I would love to share these threads with you. If you've made it this far, I don't know, tell me a funny story. Leave me a fun emoji. I don't care. I don't know. So anyways, I'm hoping to jump back into the Downton Abbey retreat this weekend. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. It needs it. Easter's coming up. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Next week, guys, is my my Zoom stitches. So if you are someone that wants to join in and Zoom stitch with other stitchers, the first one is on a weeknight. It is Wednesday the 16th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And you do have to go and join my Patreon. It's free to be able to get those Zoom links. I haven't posted them yet, but I will. I'll probably do it this weekend so that they're available. So Wednesday the 16th, I don't know if that many people will be able to come to that one because it is a weeknight. But if you are around and you have weeknights free, please drop in. I will be there, of course. And then the other one, oopsies, is the Saturday. So come on, phone. Saturday the 19th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those times are Central Standard Time. So if you are in a different time zone, just make sure you adjust accordingly. So I hope you can join us. Last time we had quite a few people and people were excited to come back, and just you know, sitting and stitching for a few hours with other stitchers has been a blast, and getting to know people. So if you are interested in just joining some other people and chatting and stitching, please come join us. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. This month is real busy for me, but I'm going to try and get on here again in the next few weeks as time permits. But until then, if you have questions, please just let me know. You can reach me, send me an Instagram message, Patreon message, or email. It's all below. Otherwise, stay stitchy and have a great weekend.